Hey, it's Barry.
And Dave.
And Dan.
Here with another episode of Hooked on Headwaters down here at Davis House Inn on the beautiful Indian River Lagoon, as you can see behind us here. If you have not had the pleasure of staying here at Davis House, make sure you give Kyle a call. Information will be down below. Great place to stay. Restaurants are all right on down that road behind us.
Even right across the street.
Walking distance, music, all kinds of great stuff. So check it out below. Dave, what is going on this weekend?
Hey, just a quick reminder, tomorrow, Saturday, July 2nd, is our meet and greet. And we've got our one fish tournament as well. So if you've got some time, come on out. Join us for free food, free tournament, free raffle tickets. Going to be a great early morning, early afternoon. We're done by 1:30. Everyone can go home. And you can hang out. We just won't be hanging out with you. But you can go home and finish celebrating the weekend festivities with your family.
For 4th of July, we'll be raising the new flag in its new hilltop location, which is going to be really nice. You'll be able to see that thing from anywhere. Unless you're in Egan, you'll be able to see this flag. So you'll always be able to find how to get out.
Quick reminder, this is a one fish tournament. You will need a measuring device, which is a board. We're going to give you a marker. We will then take a picture of the fish and that marker, and we'll submit that to the judges back at the boat ramp. You'll see our tent and table there. We've got a lot of goodies as well, so don't miss out. Come on out and say hello.
Yep, and have a good time. Absolutely. All righty. So we're going to jump into a report here coming up for this week. So we're going to talk about the report, we're going to talk about the weather, we're going to talk about what you and Jerry did when you guys are out fishing, what's been working on the lake, all the good stuff you guys want to hear on how to catch fish at Headwaters Lake.
And I got a good kayak report or an update, and I will be sharing with you at the end of the report.
All right, so hang on for that, the kayakers and everybody else. It's always good because the kayak report's going to key in on some fishing areas too.
Yeah.
So with that,
off.
Right on.
To the camera I go.
Okay, folks, this coming week we've got typical weather. It's going to be the standard afternoon showers, scattered, that kind of thing, but they're not going to stick around long. So, just kind of keep a heads up. You see the lightning coming, get out of the way. Otherwise, enjoy your time on the water. Winds are going to be fairly calm, 10 to 12 miles an hour out the east. Nothing real strong there. When it comes to fishing the lake, really when it comes to headwaters, you're looking for blow-throughs, anywhere where the wind's pushing through anywhere, or that water current, wind current, if you want to call it that, where it's kind of the wind's pushing. Fish those windy banks, and you're going to find that's usually a little bit better than the calm areas. It's funny because I always used to look for calm. I want the calm area. Just because it's nice, or you fish all day in a calm area and not get a thing, and then you go over where it's wind blowing a little bit, and there's
Changes
the fish.
Yep.
Sure does.
Yep.
So Dan, what is going on out there on the lake this week? You guys had fun, you and Jerry, I know.
Yeah, Jerry and I were out just yesterday, and I was out another day earlier in the week. I got some fish on frogs, real early in the morning bite.
Nice.
Over on the west side near the pump. There's some wood over there. I didn't catch a lot there. I caught had a pretty good one and a couple smaller ones there on frogs, and it kind of died out. What I did, that was Tuesday. I was just out hunting new water where I haven't fished in a while.
Yeah, right.
So, I've got a trip tomorrow, as a matter of fact, at the same time you guys have the tournament going on.
Yep.
So I'm always hunting new water to try to keep my fish catches going.
Sure.
I've noticed some of my catches, I haven't gotten any big fish in the last couple weeks. That is until yesterday. So I got a pretty good sized fish, 8, 9 yesterday. Other stuff I've been catching on. What I caught the big fish on was a chrome and blue rattle trap. Caught several yesterday. So Jerry, Bram, and I, we went out yesterday. Finally, first time we really get to fish with each other. Went out for an afternoon trip. Let the weather clear out of the way because there was pretty snotty thunderstorms yesterday. That all cleared up. We went out. It was a beautiful afternoon. I highly recommend afternoons out there for you guys if you're popping out after work. We still have long enough days now. If you get off at 3:30, 4 o'clock, you can hit the lake and get in, a couple good hours of fishing.
Definitely.
Jerry caught some on buzz baits. As I said, the rattle trap. What else did we catch? Worms. The net bait, big bopper.
Okay.
Like that. He happened to be using a gambler, but like the big bopper in a June bug color.
Yep.
So we caught several yesterday afternoon. It was a lot of fun.
All right, Dan, why don't we go ahead and show the folks how y'all did right now. Let's go to the water.
So me and Jerry are out here. We just got here, what, 8 minutes maybe? 6 minutes of fishing?
Just now.
And fellas,
fifth cast.
fellas, look at that big mama right there. Huge fish, giant fish, really big one.
It's a monster, brother.
That's a big one. Let's weigh her, see what she weighs.
Oh my gosh, silver rattle trap.
Yep, yep.
Need some help?
Oh, good. Here, I got her.
That's a 10-pound fish in the winter.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. Come on now, get in there. I'll get you no water, girl.
We're all wound up. I'm breathing heavy. Dan can't get the scale in.
Well, I don't want to hurt her. There we go. There we go. All right, fellas.
Look at that.
I saw 9.3, but then now it's 8.13.
8:13.
8.13, I'd say.
I think it's at
Now I'm
9.
at 8.11. Bouncing around a lot. Let me re-zero this scale.
I think
Yeah,
she's
I was off
8:13 is what I saw in there.
Yeah. Sometimes
She's almost 9 pounds, man. June. The end of June, July, you might as well
Yeah,
say.
might as well say July. I zeroed it out. It's not touching anything.
8 pounds, 9 ounces.
9,
That's nuts.
That's a big old fish.
Hold it up,
Pretty
Dan.
sweet. Hold on, old girl. Hold on. I'll get you back.
Good job, brother. That's a mule.
Ooh, she's a pretty one. All right, let's get back in the water. Ooh. All right, fellas. Now, got old Bramlett out here. Out here, let's see if we can put it on them today. All right, old girl. Thank you, thank you.
Beautiful.
She gone. Hell yeah. Dude, that's what I'm talking about right there, brother.
That's a good one for sure.
Woo.
God damn, that's a
All right, so that's,
It's on now, bitch.
yeah. All right, so that's on a blue and chrome rattle trap. Look at that.
You're actually in that grass and just ripping it through it, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. All right. That's a good one, fella. Down on the buzz bait?
Hey, this is a big, yeah, that's a big fish. Damn, Dan. Put in a big mud.
Is it rolling?
It's a nasty ass. Oh, it's a pass.
I probably did a really crappy job of recording that.
That's okay.
That's a nice fish there, dude.
Report that. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that buzzbait. That's what I wanted to do today.
Yeah, heck
God,
yeah.
you see her chased it at first? And
Yeah, she missed it and then
boom.
she come back and got it. I'm curious how much she weighs. That's a solid fish, dude.
3.5
Yeah.
all day. She is too. Look at that. She's a chunk.
Nice one. Good deal.
All right, as you can see, you guys had an absolute blast out there in the
Oh,
water.
man, we
Caught
had a
some really
blast.
nice fish. And let that be a lesson to y'all, just as a reminder. I know we kind of get a little complacent. We go and fish the same spots over and over and over,
Yep.
expecting to catch the same fish over and over and over, thinking the big ones are going to be in the same spot. And that's just not always the case. Tend to move around a little bit. So,
Yep.
like Dan was saying, go try some different areas. Make it a point. Go out there, not only just try different areas, pick a different lure. Just
Yeah.
something totally random out of your box that you haven't used before, and throw it, because you know you hear this a lot. The fish are always hitting the same. You know, they see the same bait, the same bait, the same bait. Throw something different. Well, try something different just to see how it works out for you. I didn't fish square bills until you would knock me on the head enough time and said, "Square bills, have you heard it enough?" I did, and started catching fish on square bills. Really like it. So now I add that to my usual arsenal of things to throw. So anyway, definitely try new spots and new baits.
Yeah. So on that note, two things there. Trying new spots. What I fished early in the week when I didn't have customers with me, I avoided my deep water stuff just to see where can I catch them. Now the fish that I did catch, the better fish I caught were close to 6, 7 foot of water.
Okay.
So they're adjacent to that stuff, but there's a lot of that in headwaters. Also with lure selection, talking about trying new lures, I really like to try new lures when the fish are just going crazy biting.
Yeah.
Because then I can, one, I can see if they even like it, and two, if I'm catching fish, I'm building confidence in that lure.
Right.
That's always been a big problem with me. If I get a new lure, that thing will sit in the box until I catch fish on it. Because, you know, in my time of tournament fishing, if I haven't really caught them good on it, I don't have the confidence.
Right.
You know, because your buddies can tell you, oh, I caught them on this, and you know, sometimes buddies aren't always trustworthy.
Yeah, but sometimes they are.
Sometimes they are. So those two things. Now that the big fish I caught yesterday, we pulled in there. We haven't even left the ramp. Jerry's like, I want to catch some on a buzzbait. He was throwing a white buzzbait with a silver blade on it.
Yep.
And he accomplished what he was wanting to do. Caught a couple of nice fish on that. When we pulled into the spot, which I've fished many times, but I haven't been in there in over a month.
Okay.
I said, well, I caught a couple of Tuesday on a rattle trap. So I just picked up the rattle trap, made about 5 or 6 casts, caught, you know, pound and a halfer, made a few more casts, caught the big one. But
nice.
in that, the reason I chose that is because a rattle trap can be a really good search bait. So I was trying to find out what the fish's attitude was going to be.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I go about trying to figure out some of the fish, because even if he's got a bad attitude, a lot of times that fish will eat a rattle trap.
Okay.
So
that's it. Important. If you guys heard and understand what Dan's saying, you know, the fish are going to be in a mood like we are. You know, they may not be real hungry. They may kind of be lazy. They may not really be over energetic. You know, whatever pressure can have them kind of messed up. So using a bait like that, or the square bill, something like that you can really work around and look for those fish to react to.
It's a reaction strike.
Yep, exactly. Find that strike and know that there's fish there, and then you can kind of change up lures and things and see if something's going to work better. Is another good way. So don't give up on a spot right away. If you throw 3 or 4 casts, don't go, oh, nothing here.
Yeah, change it up.
Either change up the presentation, change up the lure if you have to, but stick with your spots and yeah, commit to trying something different or sticking with a bait you haven't done in a while.
Right. Yeah. So what's cool about the rattle trap is when the fish are kind of in front. I've caught them during cold front conditions, when the fish are just kind of lethargic. I've caught them in really hot conditions when the fish are kind of lethargic. And what's cool about it is you can trigger a reaction strike, but also when they're feeding like crazy, they love it anyway. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's a good search bait. But I got a few other things with a rattle trap that I do. One, I throw it on a crankbait rod, but I fish it with braid. The reason being, Barry, is there's so much grass that the monofilament line, it stretches too much and it's hard to clear your bait of the grass. So I fish it with a crankbait rod, which is a softer blank. Otherwise, use a real broom handle rod, you're going to tear off a lot of fish, jump off a lot of fish. Yep. But I also like about 4 or 5 foot of fluorocarbon with a line-to-line knot.
Just
like I do on almost all that. I really like that because I fish it fast too, and I rip it out of that grass. If I hit grass, I rip it and rip it until it clears. And that's another thing. There's a lot of information just in this one little bit talking about rattle trap fishing. We were fishing adjacent to deep water. I'm talking 15 to 25 feet. And where we were, it comes up and there was a bit of a shallower area. Okay. So anywhere from 4 to 9 feet. There was hydrilla there, but it was not topped out. Okay. So you go through and hit areas that had grass, and some areas didn't have as much, and you go for a ways not ticking any grass, and all of a sudden you start hitting grass, and boom, you get bit. So that's another tip, guys. Look for that little bit deeper hydrilla. You'll catch them in those areas as well.
There you go. Good tips. And I'm sure y'all enjoyed the videos of the fish being caught.
I enjoyed catching
and enjoyed catching
so did Jerry. Yeah,
that's right. All right, as always, we want to thank our sponsors, American Baitworks. If you have not gone over to American Baitworks and typed in Headwaters into the search, do that as soon as possible. The season is going to be here in no time, when things are going to really start cranking up out here on the lake, and you're going to want to have your bait packs if you're coming out from up north. So go to AmericanBaitworks.com, type in Headwaters into the search box. You'll see the Headwaters bait packs come up. There's 3 different ones. We've done videos on them, so just go back and check our videos, show you what's in it. But they are the best selection of baits to get you started out there on Headwaters Lake. Now, you're not trying to second guess what to use. We've got a topwater pack, a variety pack, and we got a flipping and jigging pack. So make sure you check those out, along with all the other baits. You're going to get a discount by putting in Hooked on Headwaters at checkout. They're going to give you 15% off of all purchases. And the other great company we really want to talk about today too as well is J3 Fishing. You're looking for the next evolution in spinnerbaits. J3 has done it. Spinnerbaits have been the same thing basically for years and years and forever, and these guys have taken it, redesigned the spinnerbait, turned it into something that's has the same form factor, but it's 100 times better when it comes to the way that it works in the water, the way it works around structure and cover. So j3fishing.com, check those guys out, and they do, and coupon code as well, Hooked on Headwaters, and
I'll put it down below.
It's going down below. I'm getting fed from Dave here. I keep forgetting we got coupon codes. That's right. But definitely check those guys out, seriously. And they give back a big percentage of their profits back to the Wounded Warriors.
And other charities.
Yep, and other charities. They're great guys, and it's a husband, wife, and their team. So check those guys out. And again, the information will be down below. And if you show up at the tournament tomorrow, you'll be able to check them out for yourself, be able to get your eyes and hands on them and take a look at them and see what you think. So, all right, come on up, Dave. Get back in front of the camera there.
Here I come.
All right, we're going to go ahead and go to Dave here in just a minute on a couple things. But first, we're going to talk about water levels out there at the lake. So what are they looking like?
She's coming on up. The water's really come up a lot in the last week and a half.
Yep.
We're almost back up to normal. So it still doesn't mean you just run willy-nilly everywhere. You still got to be careful. Most places you can run, but there are some other places that are, even when the water's high, you can still hit bottom. Check out some of the earlier videos we did a few months back on water levels for Headwaters for the more dangerous areas, if you want to call it that, for danger for your prop lower unit. The water's come back up nicely.
It has. No more beachfront property on the S Canal.
Yeah, so you cannot buy there now.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, not worth it. So water levels up, like I said, be careful as you're moving through. Dave, what you got? What do we want to add to the conversation here?
Quick kayak report. As far as the water level, apparently over by the kayak launch, and this will be the northwest corner of Headwaters, the winds must have blown a lot of grass up against that corner. The water appears low, but so if you're launching the kayak, you'll need to haul your equipment and kayak way down that bank. I'm talking 75, 100 feet, and find a spot. Most people are just going to Stick Marsh. They fish the north end. As a matter of fact, I have a video I'm going to show right now. Dave from Yakin and Bassin. He talks about that west bank and how you have to walk. He and his brother.
Dave from Yakin and Bassin, giving my fishing report for Hooked on Headwaters for the kayak launch. You can see the water is up a little, but there's a lot of vegetation along the edge where the water used to be. It looks like you could launch from here, but you just got to work your way through a little bit of the overgrowth. Anyways, we're going to be fishing Stick Marsh. I'll give a report for that later. Thanks.
You have to walk. He and his brother fished the Stick Marsh North Bank, and they did pretty good. They got 90.5 inches of fish. That's pretty darn good. They were using the cane walker, topwater bait, a rattle trap, and chatterbaits. That seemed to be the ticket for kayak fishing. It's really easy. I like the North Bank for kayaking. You can work your way in there. There's a spot off to the left, a lot of eelgrass. Just watch your spots. They are in there. So you just have to find them.
Absolutely.
That's it from me.
Good. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this week's episode right after we thank Blue Cypress Lakeside Cabins. Right. If you're going to looking to go back in time, get on out there, see Tammy and Jim. You're going to have a great time out there, and you're going to be able to go back in time. I say it every time. It's like just going back years and years and years, back when the Indians were hanging out there and living off the land. Is really a cool place to go. If you haven't been there before, definitely worth the stay for sure. Weekend out there, tie your boat up out in the canal behind the deck that you can hang out at nighttime, and the rooms are really nice out there as well.
Yeah, so, another great lake for kayaking. You can go in and out of those cypress trees, and that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So right, guys. With that, have a great week. Hope to see you this weekend. And if not,
great July 4th weekend. A big thank you to all our vets, all who have served, all who are serving now, those who have served in the past, and of course, a big salute to those who gave it all. Thank you for our freedom.
see you next week.
Bye. God bless.